So once again, Hoop fans, Lori Shepard coming to you.
We're going to talk a lot about fantasy football rankings. I want to give the biggest shout out to high school sports.
Belly cut the defender, gets the ball, and it falls at the buzzer!
And we're live.
Hello.
Welcome into kickoff of another Four Quarters on our Four Quarters Facebook page, Aired Out Facebook page, and again, go onto YouTube, subscribe to us, hit that button, you know that button right there. It's free. Check it out. Check it out.
You're getting so good at that, Lori.
I know, right?
You really are.
Wheels is back.
Yes, I feel like it's been.
Ding,
I
ding,
feel like it's
ding.
been months.
Well, you've been a little busy.
Yeah, just a little.
You're a little busy at 6 o'clock.
A little busy.
You're either playing ball or you're umping.
Yes,
How many games you ump on Sunday?
12.
Damn.
Well, I did 12 total for the weekend.
But you were like 8 to 8 on.
8. Oh, it was 8 to 8. It was nuts. Yes, and it was hot. Saturday was
And
hot.
God bless you. That's men's E,
Men's E. Yeah,
the hardest thing to ump.
yeah, and it was my first
Not saying us
time.
women are easy, but
No, but it was my first time umping anything other than women's because I've only been doing women's because it's my first year. But man, men like to complain. Just
more than us women.
I think kind of. I
on
mean,
a softball field.
on
I'm
the
talking
softball
about,
field,
on the softball
yes,
field.
because it was at Berrytown, but only one of the fields was playable, so we had to scramble and move some to Farwell, which is our league, the women's league's main field. These guys were appalled that they had to play on this field.
Oh, heaven forbid. They're lucky they had a field.
They were bitching and moaning, and I can't believe, like, who plays here? And every team that came, I go, I would like you guys to know that we have a 15, 16 team women's league, and this is our main field.
And
So-
it's free, though.
And I said, and it's free.
I would say to them, and how's that field up at Berrytown?
Right.
And why don't you walk over to Waterbury right now and check
Right.
out their field? At least Farwell is playable.
Yes, because there was 2 teams that refused to play on the water-soaked field in Barry. They're like, we paid for states, we're not playing on this.
Yep.
So then we brought them down there, and they weren't happy with that either.
And God bless Paula Dolan. I will say that to the day I die for getting a field there.
Yeah.
It used to be a dump.
Yep.
So bringing it in, and yeah, some of the
There's-
cars.
yeah.
I always say some of the cars look like they're going to come up through the ground one of these days.
Yes.
Just a little hump
But
up there.
but like you said, at least they got
had
to
a field.
play, and they had a field. Yes.
That's probably why they proceeded to trash it with
Yes.
empties, is all I'm going to say.
Yes. Probably.
I'm just going to...
But softball's almost over, so I'll have a life again.
I'm going to give a quick shout out to DJ Hardacre. I don't know if you're listening, DJ, but thank you so much for all the work you have done in the last 48 hours to that front field in Waterbury. He literally morning and night has lived there.
Yeah.
And his reason for doing it, not to mention he just is a big supporter of women's softball, is I just love softball in general.
Yeah, he does.
And he knows.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
He knows how
He's
short
a
our-
huge supporter of
Yep.
any league,
Yes.
really.
Huge supporter. And now we just got to pray that it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
CB, you want to do a dog update?
Yeah, so Riley, who we featured a couple of times, I think, has an adoption pending.
Nice.
Love it.
Abigail, who we featured last week, she's still available, guys, and she's a great puppy. All dogs are puppies, guys. I don't make the rules. This one we have today is Jack, which I'm pretty sure we featured him before. He's 3 months old. Looks like he's like a lab mix. He's so tiny, guys. He's about 20 pounds. Again, Team Golden Hugs. He has a great tackle, so he loves to play rough and tumble. So if you do have another dog in the house, probably be better if it's a bigger dog. And he loves his post-workout treats. He's very food motivated, probably coming from labs are just walking signs, guys. But he's so cute. He's in New England.
Aw.
Check him out. There's only like 3 dogs up on the website, so
Which is great.
Yes,
right.
that's a
And
good
and
one.
one Riley is adoption pending. So let's get
Adoption pending.
these last 2 dogs adopted, guys.
Great work, CB.
Love that.
Got my Golden Hugs t-shirt on.
Love that.
Open your doors, open your hearts. Wheels will tell you it's a great
Yeah,
thing.
it's great. Avery has adjusted and become part of our family so quickly. Her and Paisley, it's like they've been together forever.
It really is.
It
really is.
We got very lucky. I mean, Avery is probably the sweetest, friendliest dog you'll ever meet. Like, she'll kill you with kindness.
She really will.
She will.
She really will.
Look at them.
It literally takes me probably almost an hour to walk around our neighborhood because if anyone's outside, Avery will walk to the driveway, look at them until they actually make eye contact with her and acknowledge her.
Oh.
And then she has to roll over and they have
Roll
to rub
over.
her belly.
Oh, buddy.
And then we can proceed to the room. But it's...
Can I interject with a 30-second timeout here, though? Wheels went wheeling by my house the other day. It was a flash.
Yeah.
Running with both dogs
Yes.
attached, right?
Yes.
And a
That's
good
impressive.
little jog, but
Yeah.
they were probably pulling her up Westwood. And I'm like, holy shit, how does she do that? I'd be on my face.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'd be on my face. I'd be on my face, and the dogs would be pulling me. Well done.
It was a
Well
struggle,
done.
but we did it. But we
Oh.
did it. And yeah, so rescue a dog, guys. It's the best
greatest.
thing.
It
They're
is the
so
best thing.
they're so happy. They just
Yep.
want to be loved and just
Yep.
want a home. so.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it's true. The first time I met Avery,
Oh.
came right up to me. I was a stranger.
Yep.
Right up to me, rolled on her back, and the rest was history.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. She's wonderful.
You know, and I'm like, why couldn't Freya have that personality? Anyways, shout outs, anybody? I know we all want to talk Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
the
just
shout outs
all-
basically
all
are just.
Olympics.
I mean, shout out to Juan Soto, 3 home runs.
Oh my God, he's
Oh
on my
my
shout
gosh.
out. Yeah, you and I tell you
Right?
what. Juan
Like,
Soto, 3
oh,
home
buddy.
runs.
3 home runs, and he really wanted that 4th. You could tell in this last at bat. But
I tell you what, amazing.
give him the money
So-
already. Give him the money.
Give him the money.
Yeah. Show him
I'm
the
not
money.
even. I'm not even getting my hopes up for this
No,
one,
me
guys.
neither, but
Nick Foles, I'm going to give a shout out to.
Yes.
Retired
Yes.
after
Yeah.
11
Yes.
years in the NFL. And he is the classic backup quarterback.
yes, he is.
And we will all remember Nick Foles for that Super Bowl win.
Yep.
Yep.
Over
Always.
the Patriots. And that was Carson Wentz who went out with the ACL. And he literally, Carson Wentz was having an MVP season that year. And when Foles went in, I'm like, oof.
Right. I think everybody was.
Yep.
And I was tickled to take my 7.5 out of my mouth and watch him win a Super Bowl against Tom Brady and the New England
Oh, it was
Patriots.
great.
So satisfying.
It couldn't be any better
Yep.
when you beat the Patriots.
And then he went on to the Bears, I believe. No matter what, he's made a lot of money.
He has,
After
yeah.
that Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
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 Shout out to my friend Gavin. It was great hanging out with you this past Saturday. Gavin is 12 years old. CB's got a picture of him. He will be entering the 7th grade. He is a grandson of my cousin Dean. And I was up at Aunt Carmen's this last Saturday, right before the Ellie St. Pierre run. The whole town was going just
Oh, I
crazy.
bet, yeah.
I almost ventured out to Richford High School where they were having a watch party. First of all, it was great to get together with my aunt, my mom's sister. They are so much alike. It was like being with my mom again. My cousin Dean has always been one of the most important people in my life since I was this high. We were pretty much inseparable. Life tends to, you get older, you tend to go your separate ways, but when you come back around, it's like you've talked to one another every day. It's just been, and he literally was my mom's son. And his little guy, Gavin, is just a sports phenom. He's good at everything.
Yep.
He loves every sport.
Awesome.
He's just starting football season. The name of the team is the Ducks up in the Enosburg areas where he lives.
You're already trying to guide him to the right path.
Football, I thought, was his thing. Loves baseball, loves basketball.
Awesome.
And
Love it.
he's very good at every sport he plays. Would love to take in a game sometime. In football so far, I believe he told me he's the wide receiver and the cornerback because they play both ways. He did not miss a minute of the U.S. Olympic men's basketball gold medal game on Saturday. Harder for me to take in that game.
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
I did sit with Gavin for a little bit, it was when Steph Curry just could
God, that man is
not
awesome.
miss.
Oh my gosh.
I know Gavin's a big Kevin Durant, KD fan, loves John Morant as well. But Curry just...
Yeah.
I-
He's
Yep.
just.
at
I
one
just
point,
love him.
Yeah.
he hit those 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah.
In the fourth, I'm like, oh God, the defender just keeps falling for a ball fake.
Yep.
What I should have been saying was great shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could tell by Gavin's look. I should have been. And then another ball fake.
Yep.
Defender falls for the ball fake. But his third or fourth one,
Yep.
the last one Curry hit.
Yeah.
It was sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fading back on a 3-pointer.
Yeah. I mean, and he wrist snaps it so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Like it just gets
Ball
out of
release,
his
yeah.
hands so quickly.
Yeah.
So quickly. He is just, and has been from the moment he
It's sick.
stepped in the NBA, has been so fun to watch.
There was at one point in that stretch, though, where he was taking out offense for defense.
Oh, yep.
And I'm like, oh, I guess he doesn't like to play
Yeah.
defense.
I mean,
But-
none of them do.
I mean, as a coach, I think
So-
I could let it go with
Yeah,
Steph Curry. Gavin,
Yeah.
good luck this year in your football
Good luck, Gavin.
adventures. I don't got any other shout outs. I got to shout down to all these NFL players that are getting hurt.
Oh my goodness.
I know we'll have our second half
brutal.
of NFL. Jameer Gibbs made me a nervous wreck
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah.
a hamstring. It's a
Yeah.
hamstring, CB.
Yep. It's not.
He's a running
not
back.
good for a running back.
No.
They're saying he will be ready
Yeah.
for week 1.
Yep. They say he's fine.
All right. Here's hoping.
You gotta make some. You're a running back. Cut, plant, and cut, and he's
Yeah.
freaking lightning quick.
Yeah,
too.
yes,
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
He is really
Yes.
quick. So that's all I got for shout outs because we just want to talk Olympics. But as we start talking Olympics, let us know. Let CB know.
Yeah.
Type in Dolls and Balls. You say you're listening.
Right.
Type in your top 3 moments of the Olympics.
Right.
Jen, what was your favorite moment in the Olympics? Sam Drake, what was your favorite moment?
Right. Did you even get to watch it, Sammy?
I was going to say, I don't know if Sammy had a chance. I was told again yesterday, Sam, that it's not just the baby. You have a puppy. Baby
She
puppy at
does.
the same
A
time.
baby and a puppy.
Puppy. Yeah.
Girlfriend.
Go big or
Ooh.
go home, apparently.
Wow.
And
That's
he
a
is
lot.
cute.
But that's adorable.
yes.
So we
Can
got to
we
get
see
a
the
picture
pictures?
of her puppy.
Can
Yes.
we see the pictures?
His name is Ruger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ruger.
Yeah,
Where does she
he's-
get these great names?
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
We
He's
need
pretty
to
cute.
update photos
Yes.
of the baby,
The baby
and the puppy,
and the puppy,
Yep.
Sammy.
as
For sure.
the weeks go along. but
Sammy is actually returning to work part-time next week.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
God for Jody's
Thank
sake.
God.
Thank God.
God. Do you know how sad it is the last couple months to be walking by her office and it's just,
Little pit in your belly, right?
Yeah.
Where's my friend?
where's my buddy?
Where's my buddy?
Yeah. So
I
she's
say
coming back.
that every Wednesday.
Yeah,
at
when
work.
CB's gone.
Every Wednesday. I look
Man.
up at her desk as I'm walking towards mine. I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Wednesday. It's just not the same. Just not the same, CB. It's
I
just
love
not the same.
Wednesdays.
So I guess we want to talk Olympics then.
We do.
All right, we're
Hell
moving
yeah.
on. We're almost done quarter number 1.
That was fast. Wow.
Right? It goes by so
Wow.
fast. I'm going to wait till the end with the Major League Baseball. So
Mm-hmm.
I said to CB at work, CBS did whom they think should be the American baseball team for
Oh,
the
okay.
2028
Okay.
Olympics. So who wants to go first with your 3 favorite? I have like 5.
I do too.
Me too. I was like, how do you pick?
I have like favorite moments and then I have like kind of like disappointments. Like
Yes.
things that,
I got a few of those. Too.
yeah. So
CB's got the soccer shirt on, so you get to
Hell
go first.
yeah.
I'm guessing that's
Loving.
probably your favorite
and
moment.
You've got the USA
Hell yeah.
softball, and
Yes.
I've got Golden Hut. So you guys get to go first.
Before I go, Jen says, too many to count. Biggest surprise, how much I enjoyed Snoop and Flavor Flav. Comedy, but also knowledgeable about what they were
Right.
watching. And they were
Yes.
such big fans, but also, if you were to say, in like the mid 90s, where like Snoop had that murder trial and was part, he was part of the Crips, like, right? He's coming
Right.
out, and Flavor Flav had his issues going
Right.
on.
Yeah.
If you had to say that they were just
Snoop is like
Friggin'
at an all-time right now.
adorable,
All-time.
adorable, and how much they support.
right?
Do we want to talk about the medal count first? Because weren't we doing over-under on
We
121?
were, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It was-
I thought it was like 121.
And it was like 41, I think.
For
Gold.
gold. Yes, it was
think
like,
it's like 40.
39.
39.
So USA a total of 126. I think you went over. I think I went under.
I
but I'm
think
not
I
positive.
went over on gold and under
Yes.
on total.
Okay, then I went over on the total and under.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because we were opposites. So USA 126 total, China second with 91. But I guess this is the big number. USA and China both tied for 40 with in the gold medal.
China took every single gold in diving.
Diving.
Well, yeah.
Every single gold.
They haven't
That's
lost
like 8
diving. I don't
golds.
think they've lost a gold medal in diving since it became an Olympic sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got to tell you guys, what a drop off after the top two.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If I just
Yep.
am looking at total, Japan with 45, Australia with 53, France with 64. And on the gold side, it's 2018 and 16. But what a huge drop off from
Yeah, that is
USA
huge.
to
Yeah.
and China. So that's interesting. That's interesting. CB, what do you want to talk about other than the shirt you have on?
Oh man, guys, the women's soccer team won gold
Which-
against Brazil.
Honest to God, CB had no expectations.
0 expectations going into this. Again, friggin' Hayes only had like 2 months with the team, had a couple of games. They still have some things to clean up, but amazing. Brazil looked so good in the first half. I was like pacing my poor father. I was just like pacing and
Yeah, sorry,
screaming.
Frank.
But Brazil, like they were really good about rotating players throughout the tournament. It's
You said that.
6
That was-
games
yeah.
in 16 minutes, 16 days.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Which
to
is
think of. It's
insane.
insane.
Yeah.
Like versus the U.S. had also 2 games where they went into extra time, so that's another half an hour each time,
Right.
right? So they just had fresher legs. They were really, really aggressive, pushing up front, and I was like, U.S. just needs to get out of the half
Yeah.
and have it be even.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we have a shot. But it really, really looked. They had some dangerous shot on goals on the first half, but the second half, shout out to my MVP, Alyssa Nair, which she had some amazing saves this whole tournament. For me, she's the MVP.
Yeah.
And then Naomi Girma.
Do they have an MVP like they do in basketball?
They do. I don't know who
We're gonna have to
got
figure
it.
out who got it.
I don't know who got it, but also Naomi Girma, who played every single minute of this tournament as a
Sick.
center back. She was all over the field and still had some good legs on her. So shout out to those two. But
Where do you think they go after the Olympics? To the closest beach, or far, far away?
apparently, so I was listening to the podcast with Becky Sauerbrunn, and they're just having some alcoholic drinks, some adult
As they
beverages.
should.
As they should,
Some-
for days.
and just
For days
just
is right,
eating
Wheels.
eating all of the food that they
Yep.
couldn't eat during the whole tournament. But it was a Mal Swanson with a game-winning goal, which I at first thought was offsides.
I
for
agree.
sure. I was like, oh, this is offsides. But thankfully she was on.
Yeah.
Because she's so stupidly fast. But yeah, it was my favorite moment because I
Yep.
had 0 expectations going.
You
into
Yes.
really
this.
didn't.
Had none.
Who was your pick going in? Was it
Spain.
It was
Spain, because they won. They are the World
World
Cup
Cup.
champs, and they were the Euro champs. So Brazil beat them. So Brazil beat France and Spain. So
Yeah.
shout out to
I was
also
gonna say,
shout out to Marta.
Shout out to
Yeah.
the silver medal
Yeah.
team.
Yep,
there.
and shout out to Marta, who's
Yes.
done so much for women's soccer.
I was so happy for CB when the U.S. won.
I've-
Oh
I was
my gosh.
traveling up to my aunt's, and when I got there, I
Yep.
was like, "Oh my God, does anybody know who won in soccer?" And the neighbor's like, "Yes, the U.S. did win 1-0."
I was gonna
I'm like,
text you, but I was like, oh, she's spending time with her family. I'm not gonna bug her with this.
"Oh,
But
that's all right."
I know I
It's all
was kept
sports stuff.
checking my phone in between like innings
Yeah.
because I was umping.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just kept checking my phone, and I tell you what, those 3 forwards are impressive. And
It's
the
yeah.
future is Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith.
They're
Trinity Rodman
so
is a
athletic and
stud.
fast.
They are,
Yep.
and I love that they nicknamed themselves Triple Espresso.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I think it's amazing,
It's hilarious.
and I love it.
That's fabulous. That is
and-
fabulous.
You know, I don't know if you saw the press conference afterwards with the coach, how she
Yep.
talked about Lindsey Horan,
Yep.
and it like literally brought Lindsey to tears
Because Horan did not have a good tournament.
She didn't.
She
And-
was terrible. Like she was flat out terrible.
she
I'm
did it,
gonna-
and
I'm
she
gonna
got
say it.
criticized.
You
Yeah.
sound like Wheels now.
Because she's the
Terrible by
captain. She's the
everyone.
captain.
Terrible.
Right? She's also the captain.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yes. So, but I thought as a coach, like for her to take that
Yeah.
time to say that about your captain, who
Right.
obviously didn't have a great tournament,
Right.
but still is your captain.
That's right.
And still was there to bring the team up and be that person, that
Yeah.
leader that they needed, even though she wasn't playing the best.
Right.
But
And Emma also just thanking the U.S. because
Yeah.
the U.S. is where she got all of her chances to coach.
Yep.
She actually started. I like Googled it once she was like gave the shout out. She actually started coaching a Long Island team,
Really?
a Long Island women's team. So that was pretty cool.
Right in your neck of the woods.
right?
in
But
your
yeah, they gave her
backyard.
all of the chances at the beginning. You know, England wasn't giving a lot of women coaches chances,
Yeah.
so that was really cool too.
CB, you got to get to the 2028 Olympics and watch some soccer.
I know, I have to.
I kind of put it on my bucket list, but then I'm like,
That would be amazing, right?
wouldn't it? Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything that disappointed you,
Uh,
or any more top threes, top two?
so
all soccer.
I just put gymnastics, both the Simone Biles and the men.
Oh my God, I had the men on mine.
Oh,
I
me
have
too.
The men on mine
Oh,
big
100%.
time.
And then I did Alfred's Gold, which was a very cool moment. First medal ever.
Yeah.
Disappointing, the Canadians women's soccer team and all the stupidness.
Stupid. It's so stupid.
It's so
Because
stupid.
we know how much CB likes the Canadian team.
But also, like, I also felt bad for the players. Like, they had no idea this was going on, and then they had 6 points deducted from them at the get-go. So the fact that they even got out of the group stage was
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yes, punish the coaches. But
Sure,
leave
sure.
the player. Like, the players had no
Right.
idea this was going on. But,
Absolutely. Punish
So that's
the
all.
coaches. Don't punish the players.
Yeah. What about you, Wills?
Definitely the women's soccer. I'm never gonna forget men's gymnastics.
That's I
Yeah.
have men's
Ever.
gymnastics
I am
on
now
mine, too.
forever going to be a men's gymnastics fan at
Yep.
the
Yep.
Olympics.
Same here.
Yep.
And the U.S. championships. And it's all because of the pommel horse guy.
Oh my God.
Clark Kent.
They literally
Like,
just
I
call him
just-
Pommel Horse Guy
he,
now.
He is. I mean, he was on Jimmy Fallon the other
Yep.
night. He did the Rubik's Cube in under 16 seconds.
That's Nedorosik, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just love them, and I think the future
Yep.
is
He's
so
like one of the most popular men
Yeah.
in the world right now.
so bright for them. Also, we were just talking before we went on air. Gabby Thomas,
Gabby Thomas.
3 gold medals.
3 gold medals.
She's on my list as
the
well.
face of U.S. track and field, and she's a babe.
She's
She's a great face to look at.
She just carries herself
So well.
eloquently.
Always
And
smiling.
speaks so well. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, are you for real?
And she's a nerd, which I love.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. She's just so impressive.
It's not fair.
Probably for me, the biggest upset was Cole Hawker winning the 1500.
1500.
Yes.
Coming out of nowhere,
Yes,
man bun
that-
to the end.
Beautiful man bun, by
What
the
a
way.
finish.
Beautiful man bun.
What a
Beautiful eyes
finish.
too. I mean, I just looked at this guy when I watched his semi, and I said, nobody's paying attention to this guy.
Yep.
Nobody's paying attention. And then they were talking about the other two for the
Yep.
final, and you just watched him just lurking there, and I'm like, I'm not going to count this guy
Yeah.
out. It was so much fun watching
It was
him
awesome.
run.
The ending
Even
was
his
awesome.
5K.
And
Even
the
his
final.
5K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he got bronze
Yeah.
again. So
Fabulous.
amazing.
I made a name for
Oh,
himself.
he definitely
that no
did.
one knew about.
No.
I really enjoyed him as well.
Nope.
Good one.
So that was that one, and then just a cute moment is when Ryan Murphy, he won the bronze medal, and then his wife told him,
Oh, yeah.
announced the gender of their baby,
Yeah.
which was just so cute
That's
and
adorable.
heartwarming.
That's
and
That's
adorable.
just adorable.
it's just one of those things that you just don't forget. Like, it's just so cute.
So Gabby Thomas was 3 gold.
3
No
gold.
silver and bronze, 3 gold.
Oh,
Yeah, and the
200 meter, the
Four
women's
by
4
one.
by 100 and 4
four-
by 400.
Yep.
they kicked some ass.
Yo,
Three
the
gold-
4
they
by
did.
100 was Shari
Yeah.
Shikari
Richardson.
Richardson. That ending where she looked.
Oh,
my
awesome.
gosh!
I'm like,
How
I don't-
badass was that?
It
That was badass.
It was so.
I don't know what
amazing.
commercial that's going to be on because she already has
Stone
what did
Cold.
She signed with Nike.
Nike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stone
Already.
Cold.
But
that finish.
they kept showing it, and I never got tired of
Yeah.
it. I'm like, yep,
That
show it again.
finish.
Show it
That
again.
was stone cold. That
Oh
was
my
such a
gosh.
great race.
Stone
But the
cold.
4x400 was
They were, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there was no
It
one
was
even
like
close.
watching Ledecky in the
Yeah.
1500.
I
No
was
one even
like,
close.
Is anybody even racing them?
Yep.
Like, it wasn't even.
And then what's the name?
Oh, McLaughlin
Leveron.
Leveron.
Yeah,
Am
the
I saying it
hurdles
where
wrong?
she-
the hurdles,
where-
outstanding.
And
Yes.
then even with the
Outstanding.
4x4, she had was 0.4 seconds off of like the world
Yeah.
record of a 400.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And it was from a standing start.
Yeah.
She
Insane.
was one of my favorites
Insane.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
such grace and eloquence. They just
Yeah.
they carry
Yeah.
themselves so, well.
Yep.
Yes.
So well.
Yeah. For sure.
I did have men's gymnastics right along with you, Wheels. Shocking that we had the same ones.
I know. Right.
Gabby Thomas.
Yeah. Shocker.
Any more on the...
No more on the moments. I mean,
Okay.
there's just so many, but those
Yeah.
are ones that I
Yeah.
just.
I mean, we have to thank, and I'm going to, Stephen Nedarosik, Paul Judah, Frederick Richard, Asher Hong, and Brody Malone. They were so fun.
So fun. So fun.
Tori Husk, I became
Yes.
a huge
Yes.
fan of hers.
Yes.
Yes, four
Huge fan.
golds?
5 medals, 3
3
gold,
golds,
2 silver.
Okay.
Mixed 4x100 medley, women's 100-meter butterfly, women's 4x100 medley, women's 100-meter freestyle, and the women's 4x100-meter freestyle. Really enjoyed her in the medley.
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
she
I
anchored
love the
that
medleys.
team.
Yes.
I love the medleys.
she
Me too.
looked
They're
like-
my
They're
favorites.
so fun.
Yeah.
They literally had to pick her out of the pool. She
Yeah.
was exhausted.
Yeah.
I think the 4x100 women's medley, easier for her. Much easier
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
I just really enjoyed. She caught my attention, and I told CB this. The first time she came out for, I think the 4x100 women's medley, but they all had those beautiful white parkas
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
and she had this blue hoodie that looked like she just was going to fall off of her. It's hanging on her. It looks like she got it out of the bottom of her closet, and I just looked at her and I said, what a badass.
Yeah.
She just had that badass look to her. And then I didn't miss watching her. I made sure I watched every event she was swimming in, and I said, what an effing badass
Yeah.
this
Yep.
girl is. Just amazing.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Absolutely amazing.
Totally awesome.
So enjoyed her. Men's gymnastics I had on here, Gabby Thomas as well. Number 1 on my list, and it's because I talked about her before, was Katie Ledecky.
Yeah. For
I
sure.
mean, I'm a big fan of hers. She is now the most decorated American athlete, female athlete in Olympic history. 14 medals total.
Wow.
2 golds, 1 silver, and 1 bronze
Yep.
in this last one. And she made the 800 meter and the 1500 meter look just
Yeah.
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Like she was
800
just
meter a little
out for
bit
a swim.
closer.
Yeah.
A little bit closer. But that 1500
Yeah.
meter just blows me away.
Yeah. And she's determined to go to
Yeah.
Yeah.
2028.
And what did we say, Michael Phelps? I know we said how many he had, but
20 something.
Yeah.
she's not going to catch that. But
Yeah.
still, 14 total right now.
Yeah.
And
impressive.
another very humble individual.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not about her.
No.
It's never about her.
Nope.
So I really enjoyed watching her her next chapter that she wrote in her Olympic career. And I will give a shout out to the women's basketball team, because I got to be honest, you and the men's basketball team were the most favored
Yeah.
teams in the Olympic. And the men took care of business. It was a good
wasn't
game.
pretty.
No, it wasn't pretty.
No.
They weren't pretty the whole
That
during
women's
the
game,
entire Olympics.
I thought they were going to lose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
got to
sure.
be honest.
I thought it was over.
So a shout out to pulling it out. And that is their 8th gold and the 61st consecutive win.
Shout out to Kalia Copper.
Right?
Let's be real.
Let's
She
be
brought-
real,
She brought it
CB.
home.
She really did. She really did. I will give a couple of shout downs. Hate doing this. The men's
a few.
4x100 meter.
there-
What
oh
is
my
happening?
What?
What's
You know-
happening?
right.
Carl Lewis has lost his mind.
Yes.
Lost his mind on
Yep.
social media after
Yep.
that, because the thing that gets me, and I can't imagine trying to hand off or catch that baton, but it's been happening how many times
Right.
now?
Yep. Right.
How many Olympics, you guys?
Yep.
And to watch the women do it, maybe
Flawless.
not flawlessly,
Not
but
flawless. No,
close,
close.
close,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and they still find a way to
Yeah.
win. Okay, what's happening? Is this the 4th Olympic in a row?
Yes. It's embarrassing.
What they did before was show all of the past ones, and then boom, the gun sounds, and you
no.
go,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
first handoff, you guys,
Yep.
disqualified.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I-
Stupid.
I'm not going to point fingers. I can't imagine trying, but we don't practice it every day like
Right.
they do.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, do the women just have to coach them? teach them
Maybe.
every day?
They were just saying that, it's chemistry too.
Yes,
It's a chemistry. It's
100%.
a trust that your person behind you is going to get it to you. I don't know. It's women work better together,
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
right?
I know that Noah Lyles was supposed to be a part of that, or
He was.
He
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I will say bigger than the men's basketball team and the women's basketball team as far as predictions or shoe-ins. I'm going to just call it shoe-ins.
Him winning the 200.
Was Noah Lyles in the 200.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
He won the 100 to make him the fastest man, and that was the one he wasn't supposed to win.
Right.
Yep.
He wins that, and the 200 meter was a shoe-in.
Yep.
Right.
I know we can factor in the COVID.
Yes. Yeah.
But when they announce them and they go to their blocks, most of them come out, wave to the crowd, go to their blocks. Noah Lyles' thing is to get amped up, get pumped up, run halfway up the track, and then back. He didn't look like anything was bothering him when he was announced.
Yeah. Conspiracy theory is that he never had COVID. He just needed an excuse.
You know what? A lot of people are saying that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory. And here's the thing that bothered me the most. So you didn't win. And pretty immediately after the race, goes to the ground. Every camera in the world and every medical staff person there is on him. Every camera's on him.
Right.
It should have been on that young man that won
Yep.
the
Right.
200
For
meter.
sure.
I think we saw him for 10% after of the coverage.
Yeah.
Yep.
So to me, that bothered me.
Absolutely.
And again, it's just my point of view. I think he exhausted himself with his entrance. That's all I'm going to say. He exhausted himself.
And you could be right. It could very well
For
be
sure.
true.
For sure.
So, I mean, he was quick to say he would not be a part of the 4x100, and I'm sure he's going to say, I don't know. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, CB and I might have been texting right after that.
Yeah.
We might have been. And here's the thing. When we vented at work the next day, a lot of people joined us venting as well right alongside us.
Raylene says, yes, bullshit.
Yep. Thank you, Raylene. Ding, ding. Ding, ding. My last disappointing thing, and then I'm going to end it by reading you a quick article, was the floor exercise.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Guys.
Thank you, CB. Jesus Christ is correct.
Get your shit together.
That I have that as one of my
Get your shit
disappointments
together.
as well.
Yo, shout
What
out, but
the
shout out to
heck?
Flavor Flav who made Jordan Childs a custom bronze clock.
Right?
Amazing.
CB is a huge flavor fit.
Yes.
Yo,
Man,
now
I
I
love
am.
that. I
And Snoop.
absolutely
And
love
Snoop.
it.
But yes,
I mean,
the floor routine, like,
go
come
ahead,
on, you
Wheels.
guys, figure it out.
Figure it
Yeah.
out.
You can't take it away from each of them. Like,
Right.
You took it away from them both.
correct. Like, give it to both of them then.
Yes.
That's how.
Which
that's the best way
they're-
to do
So
it.
they're-
CB said to
right.
me at work, and I couldn't
And
agree more.
the Romanian, that's when they put in their request for it to be reviewed. Their recommendation was, can they the top three
Right.
get bronze medals?
Right.
Which there is precedent, right? There's been world championships where they're just going back and forth, and then at the end they're like, do you want to share the gold or do you want to keep going?
Right.
And the players choose to share the gold. Right. So it's happened before.
Right. It happened this year in the pole vault.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
So like, who's it going to hurt?
Right.
If they all agree, who's it going to hurt?
Pretty sure you have an extra bronze medals, by
Absolutely.
the time the games are over.
So the main complaint here, if we want to talk about the main complaint, obviously it had nothing to do with Child's performance. It was the RGF argued that Landy filed the inquiry after the 1 minute deadline had gone by.
Right.
So that's
Right.
the main thing here, right?
Right.
And if Landy had filed the inquiry even if a few seconds late, the judges should not have accepted it and therefore would have had no opportunity to amend Child's score.
Right.
The court ruled Saturday that the inquiry submitted on Child's behalf was raised after the conclusion of the 1 minute deadline and should not have been accepted. So get your shit together right from the
Right.
get-go.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Like, it should
And
have
I-
never got to this point.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And we discussed last week, CB and I, how when the Romanian gymnast was celebrating, had the flag already
Yeah.
wrapped around her,
Right.
and that got stripped away, and then you turn around and you do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Ah,
think about how
Ah.
how mentally this affects these athletes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. There was Yeah, that was a huge thing in gymnastics. And I also think the rule of only 2 people from the same country can be in the all-around final.
Right.
I think that's crap.
Right.
It should
I
be the.
agree with that.
I think if you're in the top
agree with
whatever,
that.
you're in
Right.
the top whatever.
I
If
agree.
they're all Americans, then they're all Americans.
I agree.
I
Sure.
don't like that rule at all.
Yeah. Because Jordan
great
Childs
point.
missed it by like
Literally
barely,
minuscule.
like minuscule.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
she was right behind Suni.
Yeah. So that was another one of my things. Real quick, the other one was this whole gender controversy of the female boxer. Like, it was all over the internet. It's all over, like,
She's suing Twitter and
Yeah.
what's her face, the author of Harry Potter.
oh, yes.
Oh.
I
She's
did
suing
not know
both
that.
of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. So that whole thing, I feel, kind of put a ugly look on boxing, women's boxing. Like,
Sure. Sure.
I feel like people were talking about it for the wrong reason.
Right. Right.
And then
Well said.
for me, I love that the women won the gold, but Diana Taurasi didn't even get to play.
Nope.
And I feel like she's the GOAT. Give
She
her
is the
minutes.
GOAT. Give
Like,
her minutes.
she's not going to hurt you. It's Diana Taurasi. Like, so
She's not going to hurt you.
She's not.
Exactly.
she might not be
Exactly.
the best.
I
I
was-
mean, defensively, maybe, but like, it's her 6th Olympic. Like, let her have the moment.
I was so confused by how that game was managed.
Yeah, everybody was.
I was so confused.
The coaching was under scrutiny for most of their games about what the hell this coach was doing. Lisa Bluter, 2028. 2028, Lisa Bluter.
You are a great campaign manager.
I-
for
you
her.
know,
whatever
I
she
really
wants,
am.
Right.
Just look up Wheel. She'll
Yeah.
be your agent.
Yep.
She will be
Sure
your
will.
agent. Anything else Olympic wise? No more thumbs down.
No,
I
thought it was a great Olympics.
It was an
yeah.
amazing Olympic.
Yep.
Yeah.
CB said it perfectly about the judges with the whole floor routine gymnastics. It was get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's it. That's
sure.
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
I'm going to read one last thing before we put a wrap on these amazing Olympics. And we titled the show "Thank You, Paris" because it was amazing.
It was.
It was amazing. This is an article that was given to me about Ilana Mayer, the rugby player from Burlington, Vermont. And I just it's a few paragraphs I just want to read. Ilana Mayer, America's rugby playing social media sweetheart, walked onto the terrace of Team USA House carrying a sandwich, the United States' first ever Rugby Sevens Olympic medal hanging around her neck. Mayer, who first shot to stardom 3 years ago by using her wicked sense of humor to document behind-the-scenes life at the Tokyo Olympics, helped lead the U.S. to the bronze medal at the Paris Games with a heart-stopping finish in a 14-12 victory over Australia. The bronze medal match ended with Alex Spiff Cedric scoring on a length of the field try as time expired, then putting a kick through the uprights. Mayer's tear-filled interview after the match was enough to make any American want to run through a wall for the 27-year-old Vermont native who has both a nursing degree and a master's in business, but really just wants to play rugby and promote the sport to girls across the world. In between a rapid-fire media rotation, she squeezed in bites of her snack and reapplied her trademark red lipstick. It was authentic Mayer who uses the platform she has built to promote body positivity and the sport she loves, all while insisting women who run, tackle, and throw stiff arms can still be feminine as well.
I love that.
This
amazing.
article is just fabulous.
That's amazing.
I mean, I could
an
read you the whole
awesome
thing,
break.
but
Yeah.
I'm like, this is amazing. These 4
Wow.
paragraphs, and there it is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Body positivity.
Yeah.
I love it. And thank you, Ilana. Great article, and that caps a fabulous Olympics. What we were going to do is, and I think I still will, I have to do this for CB. CBS Sports did who they think the lineup should be for USA Baseball in 2028. And CB being the big MLB, I mean, we love the MLB too, but So CB spent today trying to figure out who the lineup was going to
Yep.
be
Yep.
because she has already told me the Dominican's going to win. So
Or Japan.
catcher, Adley
Rutschman.
Rushman of the Orioles.
I chose him too.
Okay, first base, Tristan Cassis of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Some of these players, I don't know.
Yep.
And I apologize for that. I will always be transparent. Second base. This is an aggressive pick by CBS. Jackson Holiday.
Listen,
thinking emoji.
first and second base were so hard for me.
I know.
Because I was like, either they're not American or they're going to be really old by the time the Olympics come around. I was like,
I mean, shortstop should be easy.
hell yeah, Bobby
My
Witt.
boy.
Bobby
Witt.
Right?
Bobby
Everyone's got to
Witt.
choose Bobby Witt.
Wheels will be sporting that
I will
T-shirt next week.
100%. Yes.
Third base, Gunnar Henderson. So we got 2 Orioles.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Outfield, Riley Green of the Tigers, James Woods of the Nationals, who I have been watching this young man since he was promoted. He's fun to watch. And Aaron Judge.
I had Judge as my DH because he's going to be like 36.
I
Yeah.
do have a DH. Their choice was Bryce Harper.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Jody goes, yeah.
so I had Ryan Mountcastle from the Orioles
Yes. Another Oriole.
for first base. I did Nico Horner for second from the Cubs. Alex Bohm. I went Alex Bohm.
He's in
at
there
the
as an
Phillies.
honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I went Bobby Witt for shortstop, and then
Shit, yeah.
my outfield was Kyle Tucker, Corbin Carroll, and Stephen Kwan.
Oh, nice. Stephen Kwan, nice pick.
I like Stephen Kwan a lot.
So we're going to have to tuck those away and see who
Yeah.
comes closer in 4 years. My money's on you, CB. not
I went a little
CBS.
older. Like these,
That's all right.
a lot of them are going to be like mid.
And
early
it's
30s.
such a youth movement.
Yeah.
We said it in the NBA, and it's happening in Major League Baseball as well. The only thing I'm going to say about MLB right now, because we love the stretch run, we love who's going to take the wild card. I'm stoked that if the season ended today, the Royals would be in as the
Yes.
last wild
Yeah.
card.
Yes.
Stoked.
Yep.
And if I'm in the National League and I'm the Phillies or the Dodgers, I do not want to play the Diamondbacks.
No, they're playing.
Holy freaking
It's like
sizzling.
It's literally
They're
like they
eight-
wait till
what are
this
they,
time
like,
every
eight-
year.
What are they like 8-2 over the last 10 or something like that?
Sizzling.
Something like that. It's insane.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
real
sick.
fun.
And we will obviously continue to talk as these pennant races go down the stretch. It's going to be exciting. It is every year. It is every year. Let's talk. You want to talk NFL?
I guess. Yeah, you know.
You know, why not?
Why not?
We will do our predictions because we started with the AFC East and North last week. That'll be the last thing we do. We got to get Wheels' prediction. And then we will hit on the South and the West. I'm going to tell you guys some of the things I heard after a preseason 1 week is in the books. Can't do a whole lot with preseason
No,
1.
No.
I'm not a big preseason fan
Me
anyway.
either.
Like,
Same.
I just.
But I'll give you guys what I heard. There, I am doing what I heard.
There
you
you
go.
go. There you go.
Caleb Williams' hype is for real. He's a freestyling gunslinger, eyes down the field. Just telling you what I heard.
Don't kill the messenger, is what you're saying.
This guy right here, Jamar Chase, I don't know what you're doing. But the Joe Burrows to T. Higgins connection
Yeah, I did hear that
is
too.
very hot. Imagine what they do when they get this guy back. I mean, he's in
Again,
camp.
show him the money.
Exactly.
Come on. Guys.
You guys are going to love this one because the Cleveland Browns, we've been hyping up the AFC North. Their offensive line is a concern. The bookends, left tackle, right tackle, are already battling injuries. As we continue to
so
see,
many injuries.
we question Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You got to have that offensive line.
Yeah.
Bo Nix might have it after all. I mean, let's remember draft night where we all fell out of our chairs.
Right. Jaws hit the floor and
Do you feel like they just have to say that?
Yep.
right?
I know Coach Payton wants him to nobody's going to be Drew Brees, but it's quick reads out of your
Right.
hands quickly. And I did watch a lot of the highlights, and he looks okay.
Yeah.
Not facing a starting defense yet.
Right.
Okay?
That's where all this
Temper our
Exactly.
expectations here,
this
people.
preseason, like, oh my God. I'm like, they played the second string.
You guys are gonna Wheels is gonna go duh. The Texans wide receiving group is as good as advertised.
Duh.
No kidding.
No
shit.
shit.
Right? Come on.
Hollywood Brown being the big signing for the Kansas City Chiefs,
Yeah.
already out 4 to 6 weeks with a shoulder injury. Never trust that guy.
No.
Nope.
Never trust him. There is a true race under center over in Las Vegas. Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew. I still think the
I'm all about
Minshew's-
the
Yeah,
Gardner.
yeah.
I'm all
for
about
sure.
the Gardner. From the Giants camp, Eric Gray, the second-year running back, he is showing a lot of sizzle in his game to back up Devin Singletary. Tyrone Tracy, who had the leg injury, they're saying he's week to week.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I'm like, okay. The big rookie talk in Ravens camp is Nate Wiggins, who was an absolute steal for them at the end of the first round. And you put Nate Wiggins with Marlon Humphreys and Kyle Hamilton, and the Ravens do have probably the best defensive backfield in
Yeah.
all of football. Miami has another track star. This rookie running back from Tennessee, Jalen Wright, I guess put on a show. They said they compared him to Reggie Bush, how he could change direction.
Oh, wow.
So Miami's got a lot of running backs.
Yeah,
too.
they do.
Yeah.
What the hell are they going to do with all of them?
Right?
Steelers, I think it's still Russell Wilson's job because Justin Fields did nothing but fumble away some golden opportunities. And the Tennessee Titans offense is trending up. They got a
Interesting.
good supporting cast for Will Levis. When I left my house today, it was all about Jamar Chase isn't practicing, CeeDee Lamb, obviously. There's a third one. I think it's Hassan Reddick,
Oh, yes.
the defensive end of the Jets that
Yep.
they traded for contract disputes.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Ayuk, it's on the horizons,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yep.
It's coming.
Apparently
Give it
it's coming
24 hours?
Yeah, apparently it's coming like today
There's
or tomorrow.
two things in
Yep.
place. The trade with the Steelers is in place.
Mm-hmm.
But the 49ers want to sign him to an extension. So they told him a week or two ago, go find a trade partner then.
Mm-hmm.
You and your agent, go do it. And they did. But I think it was everybody's calling one another's bluff.
Right.
They had a better deal in place with the Patriots, but Ayuk doesn't want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think the 49ers show him the money? Because the other thing is they can't afford him and Debo. And Debo's up next year.
Right. So, in my opinion, this Debo, amazing athlete, he's too injury prone. You cannot show him
sure.
the money.
Agree. For
Like
sure.
I
For
just,
sure.
I think you got to keep Ayuk. I feel like the 49ers
Yeah.
should show him the money. Debo, you're gonna have to let him go because you can't afford him.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Debo just he's
over that.
he's a liability.
He is a liability.
Just,
Yep.
I agree.
do I think that's what's going to happen? I'm 50-50 on that.
I am completely 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm so sitting on that fence,
Yeah.
I can't lean. I can't even lean one way.
Yeah.
I look at it and I go, if you don't have Ayuk, and there was talk once upon a time about Cleveland and Amari Cooper coming back to the 49ers. Fine, I do that.
Oh,
deal.
yeah, 100%.
100%. But the Steelers aren't going to give you a whole lot back.
Right. That's the
It's
other
going to
thing,
be
like,
draft picks.
Who are you going to get?
Right.
They're not giving you George Pickens,
Right.
and that's their best receiver.
Right.
So Ricky Pearsall was the first round draft pick of the Niners.
Right.
He's already battling an injury.
Right.
So now you're literally looking at Debo
Yep.
and Pearsall. You've got to have confidence in Pearsall.
Right.
Because I really don't think the Steelers are going to give you much in the way of a player. They're going to give you draft picks.
Right.
So if I had to gamble,
I'd sign him.
Extension.
I would say the
Extension.
extension
Yeah.
because they
For sure.
need him.
They do.
Absolutely.
They
Steelers?
100% do.
Absolutely.
It's the Steelers get him. That just solidifies that offense.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
But if I'm a Niner, I'm in that front office.
Yeah.
Okay, we've called one another's bluff long enough here.
Yep.
Let's give him the extension. Let's get him in camp and let's go.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Let's go. The quarterbacks, though, the saddest thing is J.J. McCarthy,
Yes.
who looked
Brutal.
amazing.
Bad for him.
Brutal.
Amazing.
Brutal.
We were hoping it was going to be a slight
Like,
tear.
Yep.
But he is done for the season. NFL Live said, you know what, he wasn't going to really play much. Everyone's saying Sam Darnold looks good. He was with the Niners last year. He learned a lot. He's still only 27.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice if Darnold did
Struggle.
struggle.
Right.
Yeah.
A little hiccup
Right.
here and there. JJ looks good.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels looked good. Caleb Williams looked good. Bo Nix looked good. Michael Penix looked fabulous. The only one that didn't get a lot of playing time first round quarterbacks or didn't get on the field much was Drake May.
Right.
And I think they're just all in with Jacoby Brissett. I think they just want him to sit and watch for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a solid class. It's a solid
Oh,
class,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
showing it. Michael Penix, the highlights I watch. Again, I know the defenses aren't starting defenses,
Right.
but
Right.
man,
It's that lefty thing,
it's
man.
that.
I love
I
it.
was just
It's
about
the
to
lefty.
say it's that lefty.
Yesterday was National Lefties Day.
Oh, was it really?
Nice.
CB, why did we not celebrate you at work?
I know. Me and
That's
Nina
awful.
and Alicia, all lefties.
Oh my God.
Raylene says, and for anyone who cares, Travis and Taylor are still dating. She may or may not go to a game, but who gives a shit? She's
Right.
just another human. Get over it and let her enjoy the game.
Let her enjoy the game.
Absolutely,
Good one,
Raylene. Absolutely.
Good one. I know they've made it through the off season
Yeah.
together, so that's a good sign.
It is.
That's a great sign. Wheels, we're gonna get your
Picks.
predictions
Okay.
for the AFC East. You've got the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Patriots. CB went Bills. I went Jets. I think wild card.
For sure.
I
Wild
went
card.
Bills.
For sure. Yeah.
I went wild
You
card
went
in the
wild
AFC.
card
I
Bills.
went with the Bills.
I think one is gonna come out from each of the North and the East.
right.
I agree with that in the AFC for sure.
CB almost fell off her stool though because she's like, "Oh, AFC East is easy," and I went Jets. I don't. My reasoning though is in that division. They are the most balanced team on both
Correct.
sides.
Oh, 100%.
Both sides, and that's a really good defense in Jets land. So that was my reasoning.
Oh boy, that's tough. I'm gonna go with the Jets to win the East.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. It's gonna go Jets, Miami, Buffalo, New England.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think the Bills are gonna struggle a little
You
bit.
do.
I do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hope they don't.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to a little bit.
because they've taken on that new identity on offense. We
Right.
don't need the big stud receiver anymore. We're just going to go with a plethora of solid, steady receivers, not the big superstar. I think Dalton Kincaid, when all is said and done, will probably end up
Yes.
being his favorite target.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins, that defense scares the living daylights. Can they get in a shootout? Probably.
Yes, I
For
think
sure.
they can.
For sure.
You know,
Oh, yeah, for
but
sure.
the Jets, as long as Aaron Rodgers. The
I
other
can't-
best thing I
can't
heard,
choose
which
the
means
Jets.
I'm always going to give you an Aaron Rodgers one, was he doesn't need to play a snap in preseason. So there's two sides.
course he doesn't.
Right. He's Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Yeah.
There's two sides. I know he doesn't want to get hurt because it took 4 minutes last year to get hurt. But after not playing an entire season, do you just
Right.
want to play one series?
Right.
Right.
Would you be
Absolutely.
like chomping at the bit to get
And
out
this
there?
is
Right.
your new team still.
Yeah.
Remember, you didn't play with them last year. Well, you played 4 minutes. So I know you don't want to get hurt. I know you're Aaron Rodgers. I know you don't think you have to play. But hey, let's go out and
do a series.
preseason game
Right.
2, and let's play a series
Right.
together.
One series
Right.
with
Yep.
your starting.
Yep.
With your starting
Yeah.
group. One
Let
series.
me look at Garrett Wilson, see if I can hit him on a slant.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me dump it to Brees Hall out of the backfield. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, shake a little rust off. But
See, he's Aaron Rodgers.
do you think a wild card will come out of that East between Miami or Buffalo? Because it gets tough when you look at the
does.
AFC North.
I know.
Yeah.
It really gets
I
tough.
feel like it's definitely going to come out of the AFC North.
Because what is there, 3 wild cards?
Three, I
Three.
think. Yeah.
Still, I think the AFC South is much better this
Yes.
year too.
Yep.
That we're going
It's
to
I'm
really
on the
tough.
fence
It's
about
really
them
tough.
coming out of the AFC
of the East.
Yeah.
It might just be
Yeah.
the division winner.
Yeah. I'm on the fence on that
Okay.
one.
The AFC North. CB went with the Cincinnati Bengals. I went
okay.
with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I do.
You also got the Cleveland Browns and the
It's-
Baltimore Ravens.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's oh my gosh.
and I think I had I'm going to have to put a spreadsheet together, but I think I had the Ravens as
You
a
did.
wild card.
yes,
pretty
'cause
sure I did,
yes,
'cause I'll
you did
have a wild
Steelers.
card
You did
coming out of the
Steelers.
South.
Yeah, you did Steelers Ravens.
I said Baltimore lost a lot on defense, but guess what I just said a half hour ago? They
Right.
have the best defensive backfield.
Yeah.
CB agonized over it, and I knew
Yeah.
where she was going. Cincinnati,
Yeah.
as long as Burrows can stay healthy.
Right.
As long as he can
And
stay
this
healthy.
guy right here gets in camp, which I'm
Yeah.
sure he will.
Um,
Hard to go against the Browns, who made the playoffs
I
last
know.
year.
But that was with Joe
Hard to
Flacco.
go against the Ravens that were in the AFC FN championship game.
That is probably the toughest division.
Division in the AFC.
Yeah, oh, easily, 100%.
Easily.
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 Oh boy, that's tough. So you picked Cincinnati and you picked Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go against both and I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Picking a wild card team?
I think the Steelers will come out as the wild card.
Nice.
I wouldn't be surprised if two teams came out
Right.
of there.
Right?
Right.
The Steelers and
You
Cincinnati.
guys are gonna have to
Right.
remind me because I got to write all of these down. But you're going Ravens.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now we move on to the AFC South.
Also hard.
So we're talking the Houston Texans. We're talking the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville Jaguars, I already said, and the Tennessee Titans.
Titans, right.
Who are going to be the most improved team, I think. One of the most improved in the AFC. I have to go with the Texans.
Me too.
Same.
Me too.
I mean,
I love
think
the Texans.
How can you not? They're
I'm
like
jumping
my
on that
team this year.
bandwagon. I'm jumping on that bandwagon.
Yeah,
It's
oh, I'm
yeah,
100%.
It's a
yeah.
no-brainer.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
That's-
100%
that's
Texans
me and
fans now,
Will's.
guys.
Yep.
Who are the Giants? Who
Yep.
are they?
Funny
Nope.
because we're going to agonize over the North and possibly the East, but the South is easy. I'm not sure of the wild card yet. I do think a wild card's going to come out of there.
You do.
I do, and I'm torn between Jacksonville getting their shit together this
Right.
year and the Colts. I think
Yep.
is a team no one's talking about.
Right.
That's good on the defensive side. Richardson has to
Stay healthy.
Yep.
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 He could have
He could have a
huge
monster
year.
year.
Yeah.
monster
Yep.
year. So I'm not sure yet. When we'll once we get done, but I got to go Jacksonville or the Colts as a wild card. So I would go Bills, Ravens, and one of those two teams. I think Jacksonville's going to get their shit together because
I
guess
hope so.
what? They have a really good defense.
They have a great
Yes.
defense.
And they have weapons on the offensive
Mm-hmm.
side. So there's no excuses.
No.
What do you guys think, wild card?
I would say,
I like the Colts.
yeah, I
Like
would
the
go with
Colts. I like
Jacksonville,
Richardson.
I think.
Okay.
Just
Richardson.
because Indianapolis is so young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in general, as a team,
Yeah.
I feel like they're just young. I think, like I said, I think Richardson's going to have a hell of a year
Yep.
if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like, it's time for Jacksonville to, like, put up or
Get their
shut up
shit
at this
together,
point.
yeah.
Like,
And those are, those,
figure it
are-
out.
those four teams, and I'm including the Titans, are very, very good on the defensive side.
yeah,
of the
they're
ball.
all very good
Yeah.
defensively.
Very good defensively. Tennessee doesn't get enough props for how good they are defensively. And I think Will Levis is going to grow this year, and I think next year we're going to really be talking about the Titans. I think Richardson could have a monster year, and I have to say this to Wales. The fantasy world just loves Jonathan Taylor. Just loves Jonathan Taylor this year. Okay, then we're going to move on to the West. And I still love Lawrence
they
Taylor.
can love him.
Lawrence Taylor. Trevor. Why did
I was going to say, I love Lawrence Taylor, too.
Where did that come from? I still love Trevor Lawrence. I mean, get your
you
shit
are
together.
You
my
love
goodness.
the
Get
surfer
your
boy.
shit together. My God. AFC West isn't going to take us long
No.
either. Do I need to say the teams?
No. Kansas City.
So we're all taking Kansas City.
Yes.
So Raiders, Chargers, Broncos. Let's do this. Anybody picking a wild card?
No.
No.
No. Okay, let's pick the most improved, which this is a fair question, of those three in that division that's going to start to show up and challenge Kansas City in the coming years because those are three really, really young teams. We've got Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, who's a solid coach. Bo Nix, I think, could be the answer. Could be the answer. I'm not ready to give up on Sean Payton, even though I'm not a huge fan of his. And who am I forgetting?
The Raiders.
The Raiders, who, to me, I think they win 8 or 9 games this year.
I think that team wants to run through a wall
Yes.
for
Yes.
AP,
They do.
Yes.
which makes a huge
100%.
difference.
Yes.
Makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
They are my pick.
Me too.
That's a really good
For
defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is
Yeah.
amazing. I think that they are a legit quarterback away from being
100%.
challenge the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Gardner can hold his own.
I do.
But you can't go against. I cannot go against Mad Max. I can't do it.
And I can tell you this.
That guy is freaking awesome.
They thought
He's
they
just
were going to
such a
get a
badass.
quarterback in this quarterback-rich draft, and they didn't. It
Right.
it didn't fall.
Right.
It didn't. The pieces didn't fall the way they needed to fall. So they're like, okay, Aiden O'Connell's only in his second year. We got Gardner Minshew. We got the Gardner. Mad Max is one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
Christian Wilkins left Miami, and that kid is a hell of a D tackle.
yes, he is.
He left
Yep.
Miami for the big bucks and the bright lights of Las Vegas. I love that defense because Antonio Pierce is a genius.
Yes,
on the
he is.
defensive side of
Absolutely.
the ball.
Yep.
Yep.
For sure.
You take the Gardner, you take Devontae Adams. They got a young running back now in Zamir White. They have got Michael Myers. Is it Myers or Mayers? Who's only in his second year, the tight end.
Awesome.
And they
He's
took
awesome.
Brock Bowers.
Yes.
Yep.
The best tight end in the draft. And Bowers doesn't have to be line up in that
Right.
tight end slot.
Right.
He's typically a wide receiver. I don't even know if I want to call his body a tight end
no,
body.
no.
So you leave M squared at that tight end spot. You put Bowers out wide with Devontae Adams, and that offense looks good.
Yeah.
So at the end of the season, I'm not going to be shocked, or with like 2 or 3 weeks to go in the season, I'm not going to be surprised if they're in the running for a wild card
Yeah,
spot.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised at all either.
Same.
I'm rooting for them.
And the team we're not
time.
talking about at all is the Chargers.
No,
No.
I think they're gonna be terrible.
Do you know that I can't remember what show I was watching? It was on ESPN, and they were doing just like what we're doing. And 2 out of the 3, and this is no lie, picked the Chargers to be a wild card team this year.
What?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Wow, those
So
are
if-
some. That's putting a lot
Right.
of money, all
Right.
your ducks on Harbaugh.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Right.
exactly it. And they think that, and I agree here, they think that he will right Justin Herbert, right the ship with Justin
I
Herbert.
agree to
Okay.
that.
And I
Okay.
agree to that.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sold on their running backs. They have very young, 3 very young receivers. One's a rookie, one's in his second year. I think the other one's in his second or third year. So he'll get the most out of them. He will squeeze the most out of them.
Right.
But not ready for a wild card.
No.
Or I'll have
Or
to.
that's why they get paid the big
I
bucks.
was
to
going
make
to say,
those-
or I'm going to have to
those-
apologize to that E ESPN crew. We
Sorry,
got a fan
I'm
looking
sorry, I
in.
was
Fan
just-
looking
Yeah.
in's making CB laugh. But none of us are going with the Chargers.
No.
We are all are going with the Raiders as the most improved team
Yes.
in the AFC.
In the AFC, yes.
All right. So what we still have to do is narrow it down, but we'll hit on the NFC because, good Lord, you guys, it's right around the corner.
You know, I'm always sad when softball season is over.
Yeah.
But then
It's
I'm,
like-
I'm happy too because football's right around the corner.
Right.
That means
And
football's coming.
You got your notification today that
Yeah,
fantasy
fantasy.
football draft is Labor Day weekend.
Can't
So
wait.
Can't wait.
I will not be taking Jonathan Taylor. If anyone on our fantasy group is listening, you may have him.
You know, here's the thing. Kathy Thurston took him, and none of us wanted him.
No.
And we're all like, oh, you're taking Jonathan Taylor? Oh, he's not going to play. You know, what was it, the injury? I can't even remember now. But then he gets healthy at the right time,
Yep.
and she's the one holding the money.
Yep.
Show me the money. I mean, we didn't see the money. She
No.
saw the money.
No.
Damn you, Kathy Thurston. All right. Guess what? WNBA's back this weekend.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Cannot.
Absolutely.
Psych. Tomorrow, right?
So
Super fun.
yes,
Tomorrow night,
watch
yeah. Yes.
the W. I will give a huge shout out to the Little League World Series. So fun.
Fun. Love it.
When I turn those games on, I get sucked in.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I
Love
get
it.
sucked in. So enjoy sports for the remainder of the week and this weekend, and just keep reaching, keep those feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars.